Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited to be waiting for Camille from Donair on the Run. We're going to talk about the Community Better Challenge and find out how Camille likes to stay active when he's not busy cooking us some delicious lunches in our town. So, yeah, we're just waiting for him to jump in. And I think he's just signing in right now. So, just hang tough. There we go. All right, I'm just waiting for Camille to join. There he is.
Hello.
There's the man. How's it going?
Good. How are you, Leah?
Good, good. Sorry we didn't get a chance to connect beforehand. I was relying on Lindsay to organize us.
Yeah, she did a good job for sure.
She keeps us all in line, so it's good. Yeah.
How
how,
are you?
how are things? Good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good, good. Awesome. Well, I know I've been in your restaurant many times and enjoyed the delicious food and the great service, and so I think the community is really excited to get to know a little bit more about you, other than that smiling face and hard work behind the counter. So maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in Cochrane and how you like to stay active.
Well, I've been in Cochrane. Well, we've been had Donair on the run since 2004, so 17 years now, and I've lived in town for about 15 years of it, and I love the community. I'm so happy that I decided to open Donair on the Run when I did in town here, and it's nice that I have my father close by and my brother who also own businesses. They're close by, and yeah, I just Cochrane's been good for business and for being able to stay fit and stay active. And there's so much to do around here. We're pretty blessed where we live, close to the mountains, and it's been phenomenal. And I just yeah, I don't know. I appreciate all the people in town too. Here, it's been my home for sure.
Yeah, well, and I imagine you get to meet a lot of people just through your business there as well. So you probably hear a lot of great activities that are going on. But maybe tell us where you like to be active. And I hear maybe something about a new mountain bike.
Yeah, last year with the whole pandemic and whatnot, I decided to invest in a mountain bike, and like we have Bragg Creek that's close by, and I fell in love with the sport, and I invested in even a better mountain bike this year, which is great, from Big Hill Cycle here in town, which they hooked me up pretty good, and I haven't had a chance this year to go as much as I did last year, but I still I've been doing a lot of hiking and whatnot, so I stay active. I definitely spend as much time as I can in the mountains for sure.
And do you wear a step tracker?
I don't wear a step tracker. No,
I would love to know how many steps you get in a day just at work, just running back and forth in the kitchen there. You should do that.
Yeah, ever since we did renovate into the bigger location, I do a lot more walking around here for sure. It's not as easy as the smaller shop was. A lot easier, and I guess I'm staying fit with that way for sure.
No kidding. So tell us a little bit about the challenge. Are you participating in the challenge, and kind of how have you been supporting it?
Yeah, no. Every time we're doing something active, which is when I'm not here, we're pretty much doing something. If I have my kids on the weekends, and we don't stay at home. Like we're always out and about doing something, rain or shine. So we're always posting what we're doing, and yeah, that's just it. We're tagging Sports for Life, and we're hoping everyone's jumping on it and doing something as well. Just trying to promote it as much as we can.
Exactly, yeah. And so maybe I'll just do a little plug for that while we're talking about it. That we're talking about the Community Better Challenge. So it's a national challenge to all communities across Canada, and we're competing to win the crown or the title of Canada's most active community. And so if we win, we would get a prize of $100,000 that we would be able to use to support more sport and physical activity opportunities within Cochrane. So these videos are a way of trying to get more exposure and more promotion out there, and all of your network will see this now, so hopefully if they're not participating already, they will. And then maybe in your words, how do you sign up for the challenge? They're sick of hearing that from me. How do you get involved with the challenge for those who haven't already?
You download the app, and you just track it through the participation app, and you just every time you're doing something, you download it and you put it in, and And I'm sure everyone's doing something active, like especially when the weather's this warm out, like it's just beautiful out, and so people are doing stuff. So might as well track it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And if you do have like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or anything, it actually tracks automatically for you, which is really nice. So then you don't even have to worry about logging it yourself. So you have a couple of options there. And for
Oh,
those
perfect.
people who are just hearing about it now but want to go back to the start of the month and capture all their activity, if you sign up on the website, so on the participation website, you can actually go back to the beginning of the month and add in all of your activities from the start of the month. So, I mean, every minute is going to count. I think Cochrane's moved up in the standings to something like 14th or 13th in Alberta, and so we're tracking our way up there. We have about a week to go, so we want to see how many minutes we can get and how close we can get to winning that prize. So it's going to be awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, so I'm also wondering, with Sport for Life Cochrane, we support the local sport organizations, and part of that is just trying to identify what their needs are and then help them to, maybe work together, find partnerships or training or volunteers and things like that. And I hear that you're involved maybe with some soccer. Have you been involved with soccer in Cochrane before?
Yeah, with the Cochrane Rangers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm more of a team sports guy. So when COVID happened, I kind of had to go towards the individual thing. But I definitely prefer playing soccer, basketball. But being involved with the Rangers, indoor and outdoor, it's just been awesome. We've got a good group of guys and all ages, all skills, and it's just fun. I love it. The Cochrane Rangers field is phenomenal to play with in as well. So it's been a blast.
A lot of great leadership and a lot of great people come through that. And would you say out of that, are the kind of friendships and the social aspect just as important as the physical part, or do you kind of value both of those equally?
You know what? It's definitely built a good group of guys, good friends, and it's been good for me physically and mentally, just having those guys that are common interests, right? Like doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, and so. One of the things we're also looking at is trying to challenge all of our sport clubs to think about who's not coming to their program. So, think of somebody maybe who's around your age who's never participated in a sport before, but maybe wants to try. What advice would you have for them? And maybe what advice would you have for the sport groups to help them kind of make people feel more welcome?
Yeah, that's the whole thing with having all levels, right? So somebody's not intimidated starting a new sport, that they're not intimidated and not enjoying it as much as they should be, right? So just giving them a shot and having them matched with their skill level, right? And I think that's a big thing, and just maybe working with them so they can to get a little bit better at that sport.
Cool. Awesome.
But give it a shot. That's what I say is you got to try it. I didn't think mountain biking was my thing. I wiped out a few times. I kept with it, and I think I'm getting better. No major injuries yet this year.
Yeah. You still have all your teeth, so that's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah, there's been a couple close calls.
Nice. All right. So again, for those just signing in right now, we're talking to Camille from Donair on the Run about his sporting background and his love of the community and how he supports Cochrane, and also how we're in our last week of the Community Better Challenge. So we want everyone out there tracking their minutes towards physical activity. So one of the things the Rangers could do you have any games or practices coming up this week?
Yeah, we play it's more like we're not playing so competitive this year with soccer. It's just drop-in kind of thing. We register and the same group of guys go, and we split the teams and evenly, and it's been good. Yeah, no, every Tuesday night we end up doing that. We actually got a exhibition game against a Kenmore team this week as well. So it'll be fun to play again with a ref and whatnot.
Okay, so what you can do if you want is you could go on to the participation app and create an event. So every one of your practices for June and your games, you create it as an event, and then you can total up, if you had 15 players on your team for 60 minutes, you can add all of those minutes for your entire team. So you could boost this up in the standings. So anyone who's playing organized sports or doing workplace challenges, which is our challenge coming up this week, you can log it. So you don't have to convince everyone to sign up. You can just do it for them. So that'd be awesome. Get our numbers boosted up there. So I want to give you an opportunity to talk about your business. Talk about, I mean, I think I would be shocked if anyone from Cochrane doesn't know Donair on the Run, but there may be a few people out there. So tell them about your restaurant and what they can expect when they come in.
Well, yeah, I don't know. We've been in business since 2004, and we sell very traditional like shawarmas, donairs, but we also have our little mix to it. You know, like my mom's been my secret weapon, and a lot of her recipes are involved with it. And yeah, like we're always looking to have something for everybody, right? Our menu has expanded since we expanded, so it's been a little something for everybody for sure. And our dining room's a lot bigger, so we love having people dine in and enjoying their meals.
No kidding. And you're expanded even into breakfast now, and right?
Yeah, definitely spending a lot more time at work, unfortunately. So,
yeah.
Hello.
How you doing, Jake? There's a troublemaker. Hey, Jake. Are you tracking your minutes for the challenge?
he's actually this is one of my good friends. We actually play in the winter pickup basketball on Wednesday. So he's an active guy. I think he's golfing in the.
Yeah, Lee and I used to coach hockey together.
Oh, really? Oh, so
That's
you know
great.
Jake.
Yeah. That's
and his
awesome.
daughter.
Nice to see you, Jake.
Oh, really?
That's hilarious. Love it. All right.
Yeah, that's what I love about this community. Everybody knows everybody, right? Like everybody.
Yeah.
It's just a very, very friendly community.
It certainly is. Yeah. Jen's commenting about the pizza. Yeah, the Donair pizza is pretty delicious as well. There's you can buy falafels to go. I mean, there's so much. Yeah, if you haven't been there, definitely check it out. And I don't want to make you work harder, but I think, everybody needs to come in for their Donair fix every so often. So hopefully they'll come by. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. So final question. If we were to win, when we win the $100,000, what would you like to do with it? What would you like to see it spent on?
I don't know. I feel like cyclists lately have been getting a lot of hate on, right? Like it's hard to know where you're supposed to be on the roads and whatnot. I think if we just the trails and just the overall having pathways designated for biking, I think we wouldn't be hated on as much. But I think that's a big thing too, right? Like just get along with the walkers, the joggers, and just have a little bit better setup. I think it would be nice for this town.
I totally agree. And even just some education and awareness, like if you've never ridden a bike, you don't know how scary it is when, somebody comes blowing by you and doesn't slow down or pull over, or if people are yelling at you, but your bell was broken or something. Like there's all sorts of, I think, shared awareness. And I guess it's a good opportunity to give a shout out for Bike Cochrane, who have been helping with volunteer work to improve all of our trails and improve that education. So I think that's another great group in our community that, maybe we'll have to reach out and interview them, because there's been a lot of comments about the bike paths and the trails and continuing to improve those. So yeah, it's great stuff. All right. What are you planning up for this weekend? Any activities coming up?
Sorry,
what are you
working on concrete over here? Sorry.
Oh, it's action packed. What activities are you planning for this weekend or the rest of this week?
I actually headed out to Fernie to do some cycling and some mountain biking out in Fernie. Yeah, so looking forward to that. I've never been there, and that's the great thing about just being in the mountains. I want to explore so much. There's so much to explore.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can still track your minutes even if you're not in Cochrane when you get them, right? So I mean, that's the best part. As long as you live here, you can participate. So that's great.
100%.
Yeah,
I will for sure.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for supporting the challenge and for taking the time to do this interview today. And we'll look forward to seeing you down at the restaurant.
Thank you, Leah. You have a nice day.
All right. You too, Camille. Take care. Bye. Okay, Mitch.